Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we currently are very, very close, I think, to being done with our minor artifacts going into upgrades. However, we are kind of getting a pretty good stockpile of alloys. So that is absolutely noted. We will keep an eye on that, although we're nowhere near capping our alloys at this time. So I think for the moment, it's reasonably fine. I'm just checking through everything that we've got going on for right now. These orbital docks, we could definitely do something with. So this is a mining world. Okay, that's fine. So in that case, we'll put in low-gravity mega refiners as well as an orbital shipyard. Cool. So that looks fine for the moment. And of course, we have Urntoke Prime as well. We can get that upgrading to an orbital ring tier 2. Sounds good. So we'll get that going. We can always put alloys into our defense platforms if we feel like that's necessary. The question is, do we feel like that's necessary? Now, this Titan is going to be done being upgraded fairly soon. This here is at 73% construction, right? So we know it's going to take like a year and a half or 2 years to get the minor artifacts to get this up to scratch. So that's fine. We should be seeing one of these queued up here, most likely. Yeah, something queued. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that looks good. We'll let that continue to work for the moment. So I would like to come in here and... But of course we need minor artifacts for that. So let's check in here. 440 days until we can activate the rubricator. Okay. So in that case, we should probably be spending down some of our alloys as well as some of our dark matter. And we can do that through upgrading some of our defenses down this way or through building new defenses at some of these stations. Those are all options. I think for right now, if we hit this upgrade button, it would cost 429. Okay, let's do that for the moment. Dark matter is going to be our primary lack here, but keep in mind, we can always buy dark matter, even though the price is going to be very, very high. So that means that we can buy 500 dark matter here, and now we can let this price drop, like that. Okay, so that seems fine. Next up would be Rackaron Station here, which we could get this going as well. We'll get that all underway. And how are we doing for dark matter? Well, we have 243 right now. So then we can go into the Azeroth station. This one is only 8 defense platforms, so nothing too significant there. Then we've got the Vuldop station, which is a little bit cheaper, but we are definitely going to be lacking in dark matter for that. I'm going to let this price continue to drop for a little bit, though. So this is fine. We will come back to that. Excellent. So this upgrade is still in progress here. I believe that we finished the upgrade on the Deluge fleet. That is accurate. Okay. And then the Black Tide is now 70. So we're currently waiting on the Black Tide to finish up the upgrades of this Corvette, and then we're just in the battleships. Cool. That is really pretty solid. So this should be progressing this month, in theory. Yep, there it goes. Excellent. And now there's these battleships. So if we assume that it costs us the full price to build a battleship to upgrade it, which is not necessarily a great assumption, but if we assume that, then this is going to cost 45 minor artifacts per construction, although it'll actually be 39 because we have some reduced construction costs. So 39 is approximately 1 per month, but it's slightly below. So that will mean that the Black Tide will finish its upgrading in like 7 or 8 months, somewhere around there. That's not so bad, actually. Now, the Bowrider 13 is done up in Gothra, and to that end, we definitely want to build a habitat, or rather, we want to colonize our habitat up here in Gothra Prime. That's absolutely wonderful, and then we're going to be building our orbitals around these shattered worlds. So we'll build those. We cannot, I don't think, build here because of the mega shipyard. Actually, maybe we can. It allowed us to queue that, which I'm surprised by. But we can do a major orbital down here. This would be a major orbital. And then we would put in, of course, a major and then 3 minors here. So something along the lines of that will give us
New frontiers
kind of
established.
something to spend some of our alloys on anyway. So that seems fine for the moment. Now, we've got this station here, which needs to have its
Council agenda ready.
gene clinic. Then I'm going to put in an astrometeorology observatory, an astral siphon, and 3 0G research districts. That'll do for now. Excellent. Okay, astral actions are available, but there's not really much that we can do there for now, so this seems fine. We've got Euchromia 3 here, which is going to get a system capital complex. What else do we need? Well, Nazoxa Prime needs housing. So for the moment, we will put in an agriculture district there. That will solve that problem, or more specifically, it'll kick that can down the road. So okay, we see a number of these upgrades going through right now. So we are currently 2 upgrades away from being completely done with this upgrade process. That's great. Really, really fanatical, I was going to say. That's not the right word. Fantastical? Also not the right word. I don't know where I was going with that one. Fantastic. So at this point, we've got the Clever Clam, and the question is, what do we want it to be doing? There's not actually much for it to do right now. Once these storms start to clear out, then it'll probably have something to do. But for the moment, I think we'll just leave them be. I don't want to sustain the storms, because they just kind of sit. So this is going to be fine for now. Let's launch our superior colonies, and from here we could definitely do something like, we could go for monthly unity. Yeah, monthly unity is maybe not the worst of ideas. So we'll do that for now. Excellent. And checking in on the Black Tide here, we have 1 battleship still needing some minor artifacts, and that will definitely be queued up on this next month tick. So after this, our minor artifacts are going to be able to go into the White Crush. So that is absolutely phenomenal. Our Triumph is still active for 220 days here. We will be activating the Rubricator as soon as we can, but as of right now, it's not available. Okay. So checking through the rest of our jobs here, not a lot going on there, except on Ulm Prime, which is a generator world, we do need a little housing. So a generator district does work there. Sure. Excellent. And we're up to 1528 pops. Our economy is in so much better of a state at this point. I want to check in on Targon and see exactly on Targon Secundus? No, on Targon Prime. I want to see exactly how this devastation has been going. Okay, so we're at about 10% devastation here. And we do not have... Or no, we have a storm nullifier here. Okay. So 10% devastation is a little bit painful, to be sure. But it's not so bad. Okay. So this is going to last allegedly 75 years. I'm not sure it actually will. If it does last another 75 years, then this could end up being a problem. So this is definitely weird, the way that the storms just sit for so long. I don't know about that. It's very, very strange, for sure. Okay, so at this point, we definitely need to come down here and get the Serata 11 building. So we finished in Tas Zebador. That looks fine. Let's head over to Ebenar next. So out over in Ebenar, we're going to be building, like, up over here, we can build a Habitat Central complex. Fantastic. So that's underway, and the White Crush here, we're going to be working on reinforcing. Now, this guy should be an admiral. There we go. And I do want to continue to reinforce this fleet. So that is going to queue up how much? Okay, a Titan and a battleship. I guess... Of course, we're going to need minor artifacts to get all of this queued up. That's going to be our primary lack here. Our primary lack in terms of getting additional station defenses going out here, this is going to be dark matter. So currently we
Ships
can only do
upgraded.
a third of these, and that of course means that we need additional dark matter. So coming in here, we can see the price has dropped somewhat. I'm going to buy another stack of 500. It's definitely not ideal, but we'll do that for now. And then we can get all 60 of these upgraded. Okay. Now the question is, can we get all 60 of these upgraded? The answer is no, we can do 52. So that's kind of close. I'm going to buy in another 500. That price is now very high, and we're going to certainly let that drop for a while. But let's get these 60 upgraded. And then we've got these 5 locations left, right? So we've got the Pennock Station here that we would love to get upgraded. We can do all 60 of these, so we'll get that going for now. And then we've got Kazabius. We can only do 23 of these. For the moment, I'm not going to get those going, and we'll just build up more dark matter with our passive gain, but more likely, and we just established this colony, so that of course needs a gene clinic. More likely what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for the price on it to drop back down. So the current price on dark matter is going to be quite high, right? It's over 100 at this point. I want it to drop down to like 70-ish before we look to purchase again. So that'll be fine. And in the meantime, we are making 8 dark matter per month. It's not great, and we are going to need some for constructing the White Crush, but it will do for the moment. So we'll get a couple more going here. What did we get here? Okay, so we now have 4 of our 6 battleships queued up here. We're making very solid progress on this. I'm actually glad it built from the Titan down like this, because that's going to be the longest. So that seems very, very good to me. I like it. The Black Tide apparently needs an upgrade here. It's Titan. Okay, get started on that. That's very cheap, but it'll take some time. Sure. Okay, so we just had some... We just had this storm move over this way. That's absolutely wonderful. We do like the storm actually moving. And the question is, did we get any anomalies from it out over here? The answer is no. Okay. So this storm is just sitting here, and that's definitely noted. Okay. So let's check through our jobs while we're waiting for some of these resources to flow. Astinda Prime is a factory world. It needs housing.
Construction complete.
We can definitely put in some housing there. That kicks the can down the road. So a tech world here, we would definitely be interested in a city district for, I think. Yes. We'll put in a city district here. Wonderful. Anything else that we need? Well, not for the moment.
Construction complete.
Is the answer. Okay. I do want to check in on the White Crush here and hit that reinforce button. That is all of our battleships and all of our cruisers. Fleet is at full strength. Perfect. So now we can start banking up minor artifacts. That's absolutely wonderful. Now, we just finished a construction somewhere, but I don't know what construction that was. We do have Urantok Prime here, and this is a tech world. So that, of course, means that this starbase really needs to have a naval logistics office. I don't love it, but there isn't really anything that we can do to boost our tech generation from orbital rings, which is a little strange. It seems like an oversight, but there we go. So that's what we have available there. That sounds good. Let's check in on the price of dark matter at this point. So we currently have 42. The price has dropped a decent.
Handshake protocols activated.
So that's noted. I'm going to sell off some food here, and I'm going to sell some minerals as well. There we go. And we're going to decline this research agreement, of course. Cool. So now I want to be in, not minor artifacts. Hang on. Wait, can we activate the rubricator? We can. We should do that. So we're going to do that. We're going to then do lateral artifacting. And we're going to do the Omni Codex. Okay. Beautiful. So that'll get us a couple of extra pops. 3, to be precise. I didn't intend for these to be built at Ebenar Prime, but okay. Let's cancel these. And let's dismantle this orbital shipyard. and we could replace this. Now, habitation modules are something that we could start putting in, but I don't really want to do that right now. We can think about that later, but for the moment, I'm more interested in having some naval cap. So that'll be fine for right now. So of course, that means that we need to go back into the White Crush and reinforce this again because we canceled these. We now have all of these coming in at Slurpacton Station, which is where I want them to be building. So that is fine for right now. Cool. Okay, so now I would like to be thinking about the price of dark matter.
Ships
and
upgraded.
the price has definitely come down. It's not low enough for us to really afford getting the dark matter. We don't have enough energy credits for that. So that is absolutely a concern. We can always sell off some zero, and that caps at a pretty decent price, but we're pretty close to the minimum cap price here, so I'm going to stop selling that for now. And now we could think about buying dark matter soon. So we've got about 7,000 energy credits that we need. The price is falling, and it's falling pretty quickly. So that's looking good. Cosmic alteration on a Figazar Prime? Sure, whatever. So this storm is moving. That's good. We could definitely use that going somewhere else. No doubt about that. So Kazabia Station here, we would love to get this fully upgraded to the current spec, right? But we need a lot of dark matter to do that. That's the core issue. And dark matter, we can at least buy it, but it is very expensive. So I'm going to sell some consumer goods here. I'm not going to sell alloys at the moment, but a couple of consumer goods will do the trick. And you can see we're about 1,700. Okay, now we could afford to buy dark matter. I'm going to wait until it drops below 75. That's going to be our buy criteria here. It's not the best price in the world, but we have a large need of a lot of this, and it's fine. So we're just waiting for it to drop below 75, and then we'll buy one stack of 500. And there we go. So that bumps it back up to 98, which looks fine. That, of course, means that we can now fully upgrade these defensive platforms. And then we can go down to the Markaz station, and these cannot quite be fully upgraded. Did we get these fully upgraded? Yes, we did. Okay. So that looks fine. We've got 247.5 here. I'm going to hit the upgrade all button. We'll get started on that. But we don't need to get this all upgraded. It doesn't have to all happen at once. We can at least get started on it. That's going to be a bit of a project. So we've got the drifting coracle down here in Siagawa. Of course, we're going to need to colonize this. We'll get that going. And then we're going to need to build orbitals here. So we'll build a major orbital up this direction. This would be a minor orbital. Nothing out in Siagawa Prime. For some reason, I thought we were up on this side. We're not. It's not the most efficient route in the world, but it's okay. So we're going to build a major orbital here. This is going to be a minor orbital. We don't need anything out over here, of course. So over the star, we would put a major orbital. We would put a major here. This would be a major out over this direction. And then out here, we'd put in, if I can select this, there we go, a minor. And then this would be a major. And then after the autosave, we'll come down over here, and we're going to put in a minor and a major. And I believe that's everything in this system. Okay, so that'll be fine for now. That construction ship is underway. Excellent. So the Ebenar Starbase has finished that. Oh, hello. The storm left this area. That's very good for us. It's moving southward. We're glad to see it moving, because that means in locations like Targon Prime, the devastation is going to... That's very good. We want places to have storms passing over them regularly. We don't want the storm to sit over them for long periods of time, is the way that this works. So storms passing through is good. Storms idling is not. That's the way that that ends up operating. So let's check through some of these planets here. Hello, Eptrabon actually needs a fair amount of work. So this is going to give us how much housing? 8? That should be sufficient housing to solve that problem. So I don't think there's a problem there now. Cool. Okay, so the Euchromia 3 station can be upgraded. We'll get that going for sure. A lot of these stations are fairly close to being upgraded. And then we can come into the Markaz station here, and we can see we have enough to upgrade 6 defensive platforms. That's what we've earned. So that's understood. We're back to negative on exotic gases, although just barely. That's noted. And you can see the price here is actually higher. Some other empire is buying at this price. Why? That's a terrible idea. They should not do that. We're going to let the price drop again. As I said before, our buy signal is below like 75-ish energy credits, somewhere along those lines for right now. So we can get 8 defense platforms upgrading here anyway. So that's something. There's going to be a number of these that still need to be upgraded, and then of course we're still going to have to do the Amlitzer station and the Weedburial station. But we have a lot of alloys at this moment, so that of course means that we can start working on our mega shipyard framework. Now we can't work on this because we can only upgrade 1 mega structure at a time right now. That's fine, I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so that is all looking wonderful. We should be able to... We did activate our relics. So the question then is, how many minor artifacts do we have? 942. We could start thinking about building another fleet.
Ships upgraded.
We would have the capability of getting another Titan. So that is definitely an interesting opportunity. Did we colonize this up here? No, we didn't. Okay, we should get that done. We'll get that underway. And I do want to make sure that our construction ships are doing things. Okay, so we have a construction ship in Nemean at this point, which needs orders. It is going to head into Troydom for right now, and we're going to build a Habitat Central Complex. The Water Nymph 3 is in Pennock. We just finished this up. So that's absolutely fine. We know that we're going to need to build orbitals here, right? So we're going to head up over to Pennock. That'll be a major orbital there. And then we're going to build a major here. And then this is going to be a minor. This is going to be a major. This would be a major out over here. There's actually quite a lot of planets up over this way. Interesting. So we would do something along the lines of that. Oh, there's one down here too. Kind of out of the way, not the most efficient path, but it will do. Okay, next up is the Sailing Seabird, which is in Moscot and just finished up here. So I would send that over to, say, Abdrade over here, which currently has a Dyson Swarm. And we're going to put in a Habitat Central Complex right up over there.
Ships upgraded.
Looks excellent. Okay, so back down over here, we can look at the Markaz station. We can upgrade an additional 3
Ships
defense
upgraded.
platforms here. I would like to get these defense platforms eventually fully built, but it is going to take some time. You can see here the price on dark matter has So that's looking good, and we are, of course, building back up our quantity of energy credits. We can sell off a little bit of food here. We could sell some minerals. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to sell a little bit of consumer goods, a little bit of zero. That'll all be fine for now. Now we can wait for this price to drop and for our energy credits to build up a bit, and then we can get that going. Excellent. So we can see that the current price is about 87. Now it's 89. Somebody bought a small amount of dark matter. Interesting. Well, we will continue to let this price drop, and that looks good for now. Excellent. And with that, it is about time to put a cut in here. That said, have we colonized this? We did. Okay, yes. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue our constructions here, continue maxing out our fleets, and working on getting our defense platforms set up so that we can unleash the big one. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and the big one is probably going to be a bad idea, for the record. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri 8, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.